Hey guys, as I said yesterday on my open mic, I wanted to come to you guys with some important information. I know I shared a lot of my struggle that I had physically when I got sick back in September 2022. I shared the progress of that. I shared my struggle a little bit on here without going into a lot of detail. I'm back today to tell you guys a little bit about my diagnosis that I was given that saved my life, in hopes that you can take this information and use it to help save another person's life. I know, just from my experience of interacting with people on Smule globally, that we have doctors on here that sing, we have nurses, we have teachers, we have emergency medical technicians, police officers, moms, dads, nieces, nephews, uncles, cousins, friends. Such a vast majority of people around the world that have friends and loved ones and work in positions where they can share vital information that isn't made public enough in regards to CHS. Let me start by saying, first off, before I go into my explanation, that I have nothing against anyone who uses marijuana for recreational reasons or medical reasons, as long as they're aware of the risk. Back when I was between the age of 19 and 22, I used marijuana recreationally. I never had any issues with it on side effects, and I used it a lot. So, when I was 46, after not using it for over 2 decades, I had a physical therapist recommend, since it was legal medically in my state, to try it to help relieve pain and help with sleeping. I never liked the smell of it, so I thought, why not? I'll get a vape. I'll use it. It was helping me. Or so I thought. In September 2022, I was rushed to the emergency room to have my gallbladder removed. They released me after 3 or 4 days. I thought I was getting better. Went about my regular business. 2 weeks later, I had another attack. Very, very similar, identically, to the gallbladder attack. And I went back to the hospital, to the emergency room, and they admitted me again for more testing. I was there for 3 or 4 more days. They sent me home with some expensive medication. I didn't get better. I couldn't really eat anything. There was days where I couldn't hold anything down, including water. So I would have to end up going back to the emergency room just to get hydrated. I was sent to many different doctors, GI specialists, over and over again, doing different tests. Nobody could figure out what was going on with me, so I continued to have anxiety attacks from the stress, I thought. So, with that being said, I want to give you guys a few numbers, just so that you can kind of get a bigger picture of things here and why I'm bringing this to you and to your attention. Just in the United States, and I don't know about other countries because I don't know where it's legal and where it's not, where it's medically legal and where it's not. In the United States alone, 48 million people use marijuana. Out of those 48 million people, the last report was 2.75 million annually will be diagnosed with CHS. What CHS is a reaction to cannabis, where your body rejects it as a toxic chemical. Many cases go unreported, and many times when people are admitted to the emergency room for cyclic vomiting, don't ask me to pronounce that again, because I probably pronounced it wrong the first time. I'm just trying to give you guys as much information as I can here, so take it in. Bear with me. So in the emergency departments, CHS does not get screened. So it leads to unnecessary investigations and treatment, even more so undiagnosed in adolescents than in adults. Because of my anxiety attacks that I was having, I went and spoke with a psychologist who referred me to Cleveland Clinic. At this point in time, within a 6-month period, I had lost 50 pounds, and I felt like I was dying. After going to Cleveland Clinic, they suggested, after doing an MRI and finding nothing wrong with me, as the other doctors, they suggested hesitantly to stop using marijuana because it might be CHS. Considering that I had been in numerous hospitals and numerous doctors' offices, and nobody once even brought this up, I was happy to say, if that's all this is, that's an easy solution. I stopped using it. I'd only been using it for about 6 or 7 months. I didn't need it. So I quit. That last week, before having that conversation, I had been rushed to the emergency room twice the same week, a Tuesday and a Thursday. My back was killing me. I felt my body shutting down. I said, I'm not going to make it through another one of these attacks. After I started getting better and I was recovering, I started investigating CHS. I found a woman a couple hours from where I live whose son was 17 years old. Same exact symptoms I had had: vomiting, anxiety attacks, in and out of the hospitals, testing. The second time he came home that week, last week, he died in her arms of kidney failure. I'm here openly talking about this. Some people may judge me. Some people may unfollow me. I don't care. If this information that I'm sharing right now with you could save another person's life, that's what matters to me. I don't care if people judge me or look at me differently or say things about me that aren't nice. I'm alive. And I'm thankful. The 17-year-old boy died from using marijuana because of how his body responded to it. Nobody told me. It could have been too late for me too, but it wasn't. So now I'm here hoping that you share this with somebody that you know. Wherever you work, especially if you're in a hospital, make people aware of it. You could save a life. Thanks for your support.